Why on others thou art calling? Do not pass me by. Mm-mm. Do not pass me by. What up, folks? We speak to ourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Doing what? Making melody in our heart to the Lord. It's Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius. Let me do this. Let me go to Twitter. X, my bad, whatever. What is Kanye West up to, y'all? Real talk. What is Kanye talking about now? What is Yeezy? What is his name? Gotta figure that out. Had a My morning has been busy, busy, busy. I know I'm late. I know I'm late. Everybody put in the chat, you're late. I know I am late. Forgive me. I know to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. But anyway, y'all, we're about to have us a marvelous show. It's Conversations with Cornelius, TGIF. I am grateful to be in the place and space with y'all. It's just good to be here. As the Bible states, it's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's good. Welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius. Today, you will be engaged, entertained, and educated. Stay tuned. You are about to be CC'd. It is Conversations with Cornelius. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Everybody put good morning in the chat on Twitter right now. We starting out with the mainstream. I promise you we're talking mainstream money, ministry, motivation, all that today. I'm grateful that you're here with me today. My boy Kanye West. He on one today. Kanye West is, a narcissist, abusive. Wow. I mean, he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. He's saying a lot. He's promoting a lot. He offers a lot. So where are we with Kanye, y'all? I mean, what's up, Wendell? What's going on, my guy? Wendell, how did the podcast go the other day? Were you able to get it done? Pause, Mike Brisky. Good morning, Mike. Mike, be practicing Sunday. That mic's gonna be hot. You got to come with two oldie goldies. Come and go to that land, and maybe I fly away. So, Mike, start practicing your songs. Remember, practice makes permanent. All right, two gentlemen are on. I'm grateful for the gentlemen that are on. I promise you, I do apologize for my punctuality. But y'all, we got to entertain today. Like, we got to entertain good. He said, man, it was fabulous good. We got to do some entertaining today. And I mean it because I know we don't keep up. And it's not so much our job to keep up, but it's our job to kind of somewhat know. And the three topics today affect us, our mental health. Seriously, they really do. Number one, Kanye West. Kanye, I think in a tweet, Kanye said he's going to normalize Hitler, like talking about Hitler, normalizing Hitler. And I guess some of the positions Hitler has taken or had taken in the past, he wants to normalize that. Like, how do you normalize something like that? I don't even know how. And what's the purpose for normalizing it? I mean, I'm not questioning Wendell. I'm just asking questions. Like, I'm at a place now, and I don't dislike him. I just know that he says some things and does some things that, can I use the word aloof? Just aloof. So, good morning, Pastor Gibbs. Good morning. Um, what say ye? Literally, like, what say ye? What say ye? Man, I tell you, when people are trying to be supportive, they really want to support. And let me just pause and say this. I thank you for the support that has been shown and given in my life up until this point from everybody. Real talk. But what say ye? He wants to normalize Hitler. He was bringing back the t-shirts, black, white lives matter. Kanye, he's consistently tweeting stuff. And it's interesting. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Uh, we'll talk about that later. I promise you, we'll talk about that later. We will, and we're gonna have some talks about it. Secondly, I apologize again for being late. To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. To be late is unacceptable. Student loan, Pell grants, the money situation, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how I position my mindset for what our president is doing and the legislation. What's up, cuz? He's bringing, like, who does this directly affect? If it affects somebody directly tied to me, how do I encourage an individual to keep the faith when it seems like faith is not worth keeping? And y'all, that's a real place. Because I've learned, cuz where I am emotionally, that's where I am spiritually. That's why I can't let a lot of things outside of who I am affect me. And when you're busy and you're doing and you're moving and you're a shaker, you can get a lot of interruptions. And today, just the interruptions of all the Kanye West stuff was triggering, and then Trump stuff was triggering, and then thirdly, this Christian nationalist movement. It's a little triggering to find some of the things that I've listened to on social media. And that's the third thing I want to talk about. What is the church response to that? No, no, for real. I'm not calling anybody out, but when you have a movement that's trying to indoctrinate people a certain way, and that certain way might not be the absolute truth, then how do I respond? Because I stand in the gap and deal with that. Yeah. Yeah, that is a real place. I like Kanye going back. I love my church. Love my church. I love church. And I gotta be supportive of leadership. But when these three things are bombarding your mind and you're walking into warfare with them in your mind and your heart, you got to find out, like, God, meet me in those places. And I need to be met in those places. I don't know about y'all, but I need to be met in those places. I want to be met in those places. That's what makes God real to me. Interruptions, distractions, and yeah, like that's where God meets me. And he meets me in those places where I'm estranged, where I'm confused, where I'm worn, where I'm torn, where I'm asphyxiated on some things I don't need to be asphyxiated on, when I'm giving people too much of my time and my attention, and when I'm not giving myself the same amount of time and the attention that I need to give, when I'm not caring no more. Like, that's a bad place to be in when you wake up and you just don't care anymore about anything. I don't care anymore. That's a bad place. That's not good because you were created to care. So, like, what do we do, Wendell? What do we do, Cuz? What do we do, Mike? You say we ain't fooling with Kanye. We ain't fooling with him, but yeah, we got to fool with him to some degree. Kanye wants to do some things, normalize Hitler and bring back the shirts, and his agenda doesn't seem to be pro us. Can I say it that way, Wendell? Yeah. Yeah, God meet me in that place. Yeah, God meet me in that place. Everybody needs to put that in the chat as you're coming in, and when you watch the replay, God meet me in that place. And then remember, all this week, my no was necessary, and my no was necessary because guess what? I have to possibly stop feeling the way I feel about some of the things I feel about. Hold up, y'all. Let me do this. Let's play our some sponsors, and I'll be right back. This show is brought to you by Walker's Cafe and Grill, 109 UN Drive from 12 to 5.
This show is brought to you by the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church, 1506 22nd Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. This show is brought to you by Forever Zion. That's www.foreverzion.com. Paparazzi Jewelry for your boo, your bae, your significant, your subordinate, your cousin, and them. Your friend, your enemy, your frenemy. Go to www.foreverzion.com. This show is brought to you by Trifold Outreach Ministries. That's Trifold Outreach Ministries, 49 Dry Creek Road, Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Thank you for our wonderful sponsors.
All right, folks, we're back. We're back. Kanye West is up to what he's up to, of course. The Christian nationalist movement, indoctrination. Um, Pell grants student loans. People are affected in so many places. And guess what? God wants to meet you where you are. And he will meet you where you are if you give him that opportunity. So that's the mainstream. Everybody put in the chat mainstream. I thank you for that. Thank you, Wendell, for putting that in the chat. Thank you for the podcast. I can't wait to see. Will you be able, Wendell, to post a podcast platform on this chat so people can see it? Wendell says not caring about anything equals the feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, and despair. Thank you. And I need to feel. I need to feel. I need to feel. We need to feel. You need to feel. We all need to feel. Set that up like that. Yeah. We need to feel. I'm trying to feel. I'm trying to feel better about what I feel. I'm trying to feel what I need to feel so I will know what to feel when I need to feel and where I need to feel. Yes. And I don't want to get into the place where I'm not caring, because not caring and showing no empathy divorces and detaches me from my imago Dei. Can I say it that way? All right, let me show you this. Relational leaders. Y'all know I'm big on relationships. You know, emotional healthy church or discipleship. Behind me is High Road Leadership, John Maxwell, and the emotional healthy leader. And guess what, y'all? I'm going back through this book right here. You already know. Plus guardrails. We finished that in the Sunday School Convention. Thank you, Dean Pendergrass, for finishing that for us. That's over there. Um, who moved my pulpit? Can't wait to get back into that. But before I go any further, I want to everybody to put this in the chat to let me know that you're listening. And I'm gonna pull it up here. Who is this? Got it, got it, got it, got it. If you're tired of being, yeah, yup, the way Eminem. Wendell says God wants us to feel, yes, show that we can go to Him. Yeah, you're right. M&M's. So I'm doing a project. They ain't come up. M&M's search. You know the colors of the M&M's. I got to do an icebreaker, and I'm going to ask y'all. I'm going to ask y'all really quickly, some things. Everybody put M&M's in the chat, and we'll be done. I promise you. If once my PowerPoint gets done, once we finish the PowerPoint, Romero and I. Oh, radio tonight, radio show tonight. You can talk. Radio show tonight. 104.1.
Tab Nashville Gospel Radio.
Tab Nashville Gospel Radio. 104.1. Everybody put that in the chat. 104.1. Tab Gospel Radio. Tab Gospel Radio. Nashville. He will be doing the radio broadcast. Who you have guests tonight? Or you don't know yet? Okay, Eminem. Thank you, Wendell. I got some questions. 104.1 Tab Nashville Gospel Radio. Man, I gotta ask y'all this question. The M&M colors: yellow, blue, green, red, brown, orange. 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 Here's your question. Here it is, Wendell, and I need you to use this, or me, you can perfect this or work on this later. Yellow, a person who's inspired your leadership. Yellow, a person who's inspired your leadership. Yellow, a person who's inspired your leadership. This is an icebreaker activity. Blue, a book other than the Bible that has inspired your leadership. Green, an experience that shaped your leadership. So these are the colors. I'll just leave it at those three right now. Yellow, blue, green. A person who's inspired your leadership. Blue, a book other than the Bible that's inspired your leadership. And green, an experience that has shaped our experience. Those colors. So once you get your group together, they get to choose a color. Of course, red, brown, orange, and red and brown and orange have something specific to that. But let me show you my person. Of course, person number one is my mother. So shout out to Brenda Gale, who has set the bar for me high at every level. Some levels I achieved, some levels I didn't do so good at. I missed the bar, but not trying to make up for it. I will always shout out my mother, who's inspired my leadership, who's been corrective and congratulatory in the same breath. So y'all will catch that later. She's been congratulatory and corrective in the same breath. I'll say that again. So mama, if you listening, shout out to you, who's been corrective and congratulatory in the same breath. So tell me a person who has inspired your leadership. Two, a book other than the Bible that has inspired your leadership. I give you two. Of course, John Maxwell, How Successful People Lead, will be the latter. The first, The Souls of Black Folk by W.E.B. Du Bois. The Soul of Black Folk. Then three, an experience that has shaped my leadership. Of course, what brought me to Capri Cares, and for those who don't know, y'all know what brought me to Capri Cares. That was the experience that shaped my leadership and brought me to a greater understanding where people can't be numbers. You have to love people for people. So that is my icebreaker for tomorrow. I have a red, a brown, and an orange. Have many more activities. I can't wait to get to the place where I can be instructive and inform people and inspire people to galvanize their greatness. We're going to remove some of the stigmas and restore the soul. That's what I'm here to do. So, Wendell, get your bag of M&Ms, Wendell. This is an icebreaker for your next activity. And if you have some ideas and add to this idea, please share them. Number one, yellow, a person that has inspired your leadership. Blue, a book other than the Bible that has inspired your leadership. Green, an experience that has shaped your leadership. Red, a song that inspires your leadership. Brown, a class or training. And orange, a project or idea you've been implemented. Dang, Wendell has come in. Malcolm X. Woo. Yes, all of Miles Monroe's books. You know what? And I want that book, Miles Monroe on Leadership. You best believe it. Seeing my mom do nurse practitioner, although she had what? Get out of here, man. You better say it. That had wow. So shout out to your mother. Put your mother's name in the chat if you don't mind. If it's okay if your siblings don't want to share that. I do understand. But that's good, man. That's good. But that's my icebreaker tomorrow, Wendell. And next week we'll get you on here, man. And we're gonna have us a good time. I promise you, because I want to hear some of the things you have to share with us. And I'm grateful for you strengthening the community of Facebook and everybody else. So everybody do me a favor as we're getting off of here. Hit at highlight and add followers. Yes. 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 We're gonna lift Kanye. We're going to live our president, of course. We have that prerogative. We're going to shift our thinking and focus. We're going to practice mindfulness. We're going to practice his presence. We're going to start thanking God and being thankful for the things he is allowing us to see, giving us the eyes that we may know the hope of his calling, the riches of his glory, the exceeding greatness of his power to us who believe, which we brought in Christ when we raised him from the dead. So um it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The late great Barbara Fields. Now, who was the late great Barbara Fields? Teach me who Barbara Fields is. And starting on Monday, we're gonna do Black History trivia on Monday. Black History trivia. I probably do it all day. If I can get some trivia questions all the rest of the year, I will do that just to keep it before the people. So, icebreaker's done. I can't wait to do that tomorrow. I've shared with you some books. There you go, sir. Ah, yeah, share with you some books that are going to be a blessing. I'm getting off here. I didn't plan on being here 21 minutes. Y'all know I hadn't even opened up the book. Opened up the book, the book of the Bible. But I will leave you with this. There's a thin line. Yeah, between love and hate. And if you open up the book, what does love have to do with it? God commended his love toward us while we were yet sinners. Christ died for us. So I'm grateful for that. What's that? Oh, you got that? He wow. So we got some black history. But we'll do this next week. We'll start next week for real, for real, for real, for real. Listen, the place where you reside is the place God's going to reveal who he is. You had resignation on your mind, but God had revelation in his mind. And how do I know that? Because Jeremiah 29:11 says, don't pay, put me in my key. I will go there right now. The thoughts, what? That I had for you. All right. One of the first, okay. Wendell, do me a favor. If you can just run me a list of, and I can do it on Google, but bring some of your own Black History facts and we're good. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting off of here. Where you reside is where God is going to reveal. Jeremiah had written his resignation letter, but he said it was like fire. Shut up in my bones. So I thank you today for Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius Romero's over in the background doing his producing and all these wonderful things. Remember, tonight. Hey, Keena Bell. Keena, I'm just now seeing you. Keena, 104.1. 104.1, right? If they go to 104.1 Romero, or do they got to download? No. What they got to go to?
If they go to Safari or Google on their phone, they can type in 104.1, tap Nashville Gospel Radio, and it'll pop right up.
If you go to tonight at 6 o'clock, you can get up here. If you go to 104.1 tonight on your Google, on your stream, on your browser, 104.1 Keena, tab Nashville Gospel will pop up at 6 o'clock. He will be live. He will be live. And if you want to call in, he can you can connect with him on other social media apparatuses so that you can call in. But man, I'm grateful today for today's broadcast. Yes, it Keena. Keena said she got it. At 6 o'clock, Keena, we did it last week from the church. Uh some other things are happening and things are shifting, so it is what it is. He's on tonight. I can't wait to be supportive. I thank you again today for conversation with Cornelius. And remember this: what does love have to do with it? Everything. And if you follow me and go back, that's what we're teaching from through this month. Romero, question.
Answer.
Here it is. And everybody put this in the chat. In your organization, according to the podcast that I sent out, do you want growth or control? He finna throw something, y'all. He about to throw something.
I'll see y'all next week. See y'all next
In
week.
the organization that you serve in, is it about growth or is it about control? Man, y'all know I can go for another 25 minutes. It's no problem. But anyway, I'm getting off here. Thank God it's Friday. We're lifting up Kanye. We're lifting up uh, our president. Um, Also, Keena, we got to sit down and have a conversation. What is our response? Not our reaction, because there's a difference. What is our response? What is our response to the Christian nationalist movement? And yeah, we got to talk about it. So, anyway, y'all, see y'all on Monday. Have a marvelous weekend. Remember this, your affirmation. How many times? 18 times a day. Why? Because a Jewish child was taught to pray 6 different prayers 3 times a day. Therefore, that comes to the number of 18, which over 7 days a week is 126. Over 52 weeks a year is over 6,000. Over 18 years is over 130,000 times. You need to affirm you and walk in the affirmative. And as I always say, know that I care. Care that I know. Remember, Conversations with Cornelius is the broadcast. Capri Cares has become the business. All right, y'all. I'm off of here. I've had a marvelous Friday with y'all, and I'm going to have a great weekend with y'all. 104.1 on Friday, 104.9 on Tuesday. God is opening doors because guess what? We've been knocking, we've been present, we've been available. And Lord, I'm available to you. All right. Peace.